Fort Benning, Georgia, Fort Mama, New Jersey, Bed Benning. All kinds, from instructor to student to mechanic to inspector. I should be lucky. Worked on tanks. I was drafted. Yes, for a while I got married. I got married when I was in service. In the neighborhood, a church. With her, one. It was a pretty good tour of duty. They wanted me to become an officer, and I didn't want to become an officer. So they gave me a choice. In fact, they kept after me. I said, okay, well, what can I do with it? I don't want to be an officer. He said, well, you can go to school, right? What school? So they gave me a choice, either radar or guided missile. So I knew nothing of guided missile. At least I knew a little bit about radar, how it worked. So I chose radar, and they sent me to school in New Jersey. My class was 3 students, GIs, under a sergeant. But it just happens that the other students were not students. Their parents were in the electronic business, and they knew all about so the sergeant got together with them, and they would play games. And they told me, well, just read the book. And they were playing different games that they could do. So after, 6 months, I think it was, the head of the school asked to be released, transferred. They said, no, can't do it. We got a recorder film. And you have the capacity. Your scores show that you can learn. I said, but I can't learn because we're not doing the text of the book. They're playing around with different games. And excuse my use of they were Jewish, the sergeant and the students. So they kibitz all day long. So after, I think it was 6 months, I went again to get asked to get out. They finally let me out. And then I got transferred down to Fort Benning, Georgia. Too short a time to go overseas. So he asked me what I wanted. He would do what do I want? Yeah, what kind of a job do you want? I said, I'm a machinist. That's what my background is. So they sent me to a company in Fort Benning to go as a machinist. So I went to the machine shop, and they said, well, we're all filled up. We've got people waiting around. We got 4 to 5 people waiting around for positions in the company. They were mostly German, the DPs. They said, well, they told me to go to the motor section, the motor division. So I went to the motor division. They said, well, we don't need any help here either. We're filled up and we've got extra people. Go to the track section. The track section, that's where they work on the tanks and stuff, the heavy stuff, hard work. They said, oh yeah, we got a place where we can use you. I said, okay. So I worked for a while as a mechanic. They were training me and I was learning. I knew a little bit of mechanics. I could do a job on a car, making car engines, car transmissions. Know a little bit about it. So in about I don't know what it was, 3 weeks or so, they said, well, we're going to make you an inspector. You take the vehicles that come in, road test them, write them up, whatever's the fault. And then when they're through fixing them, take them out for the retest. You either pass them or reject them. Okay. Plus I was in charge of the stool room, so they kind of hurried up and gave me another stripe. So I was a corporal then. That I like being a corporal.